Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse 3 Jokers Batgirl, aka Barbara Gordon. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and I'm gonna say right now, with a spoiler alert, this is probably the best sculpt we got out of this whole 3 Jokers. I'm gonna call it cluster, for lack of a better term, because I gotta tell you, I didn't care for the Batman. I really didn't care for the Jokers, except for the comedian. I thought he was pretty good. And we're gonna be taking a look-see at him tomorrow, but the Red Hood is also kind of just because we've gotten better in this line or in other lines. I mean, I think the best Joker figure McFarlane's ever done is still the Mortal Kombat one, ironically. Just like the Mortal Kombat Spawn is one of the best Spawns he's ever done. But either way, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Batgirl has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a bat grapple and a batarang. That almost matches, but it doesn't. And I will tell you, I thought I was going to have to dig this little batarang out of a bag of parts and whatnot. It was sitting in her hand on the shelf. If that's not a sign that the toy gods are trying to give your boy a break because he's been having a, well, say we've been going through a bit of a rough one there the past week with a personal shiznit and whatnot. It was nice that I didn't have to say, yo, she might have come with a batarang, but I don't know because I don't know where it is and I'm not going to look for it, but it's right there. Right there. In front of your face. And then she does come with a very nice bat grapple with a retracted hook instead of a line that's all tangled and crap. I don't understand how that works. The line shoots straight. Then she does have a collectible trading card, the picture on it, and that's your lot. Very minimal on the accessories, I will say. As of late, we're getting a little bit more accessories with McFarlane figures, like alt hands and stuff, so that's kind of nice. She does come with the hockey puck display stand resisting with all McFarlane Toys releases, though. So that's nice, I guess. Because she will need it, because her hips are kind of loose. Like, that one's kind of loose. That one's kind of loose. They're good forward and back. That's acceptable, but in and out's kind of whatever. So hopefully they're not all like that. But very nice Batgirl sculpt. I think this is probably the best Batgirl we've gotten, sculpt-wise. I think the best one in general is probably from the Bat Family 5-pack, which, was that an Amazon exclusive? I don't remember. But either way, I would like to get that one, and the Nightwing, and the... Shoot, I would just like to have it, to be honest with you, because I think the Damian's decent in there. I think the Nightwing's alright, if you like constipated Nightwing. And then the Batgirl, I think, was the standout. I really wanted that Batgirl. I hope they release it single with a wired cape or something. That'd be really nice. Because I like the sculpt. I think the sculpt is fine. Just do what they did with Cassandra Cain, but do it with Barbara Gordon here. That'd be awesome. Be bussin', quite bussin' indeed. So, as far as articulation on this body goes, she can look left and right pretty well, considering the hair. She can actually look up decent, considering all that hair, too. You just gotta kind of warp it up, and then she can look up a little bit. She can look down a little bit. She can tilt a little bit. Shoulders go out, back down, rotate all the way around. She does have the floaty cap thingy, but you don't get crap out of that. She does have a bicep swivel, double elbow. Gives you pretty good range. No Cliffs of Dover on this one. It's just a little flat. I'll take flat over Cliffs of Dover any day. She does have the ball hinge wrist, so you can rotate, hinge, and rotate. She's got 2 trigger fingers, so you know, that kind of sucks. I'd like her to have a fist hand when she's not using the batarang on this side or the other side, but whatever. Torso, we'll lean that far forward, this far back. Tilt is pretty solid. Definitely enough there. She does have rotation. And she does have rotation in the waist. A little bit, not a ton. I will say she's a little bobbly in the torso. That kind of sucks. I don't remember that being a thing when I opened her, though. So I don't know when that started. But she does have T-jointed hips that kick out. They kick down, forward, back, hindered by her buttocks there. Pretty decent butt on her, too. She does have a thigh quiver, a little teeny bit. It's not much to write home about. It's like one notch. Double knee. That's fine. Not broke to heck. Why'd they stop doing that? I don't know why we gotta get the chunky knees. She does have a ball hinge ankle that can rotate, hinge, and pivot. Then she does have a toe joint, which is not too loose on that side, but a little bit on the other. So, yeah, not a perfect figure by any means, but I think as far as the sculpt goes, this is the type of look I expect from Barbara Gordon. I think it's perfectly serviceable for a Bat Family display, especially a Rebirth one, because if I'm not mistaken, she's wearing the purple beret. She looks like she's in the purples and whatnot, which I'm mostly familiar with the Batgirl of Burnside from Mattel. As far as the purple goes, that was the first. I think that's the only Batgirl from Mattel I have. I don't have the regular one. I know someone who does, though. Just Ministo 2. Old friend of mine. Seen her in the Batman Spawn videos he does. Which, if you haven't watched those, you're missing out, man. I'm just saying. Don't expect that kind of entertainment here. We just do BS shenanigans and whatnot. So, with that being said, speaking of which, it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Barbara Gordon alongside the rest of the Bat Family from this Three Joker subline. We have good old Jason Todd, aka Red Hood, who we will be taking a look-see at tomorrow, as well as the giant-ass Batman from this Three Jokers subline. And, yeah, I never liked this figure. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this Three Jokers Batman is overrated as all get out. I would much rather have the Hush Batman body buck as opposed to this, just because I think the Hush one is better sculpted, proportioned, whatever you want to call it. I like the cape better. Doesn't give him a Quasimodo hunchback looking thing. It's just a better figure overall. Not to be premature or anything like that. So, yeah, not a fan of that. You guys know me. I'm not a big fan of that Hush body buck anyways. The Nightfall Batman is where it's at on this channel. That said, bringing in our two regulars, we have the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulith. Right. Yeah. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, I'm assuming anyways, yeah, towers over everyone. Maybe not as much as that Batman, but pretty close. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the loose-ass hips on my particular figure, fingers crossed they're not all like that, though this is an older DC Multiverse release from the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys. I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the better Batgirls out of the entirety of the DC Multiverse line. We don't get a lot of decent Barbara Gordons in this line, but this one and the repaint in the blue and gray, which is the version I'd really like to have, from the Bat Family 5-pack, which I believe is a Amazon exclusive if I'm not mistaken, are probably the best ones as far as the sculpt goes. Now, as far as everything else, I'm not 100% sure. I did like the first one that we got in the, what was it, Collect-A-Build Batmobile wave? That was the very first Collect-A-Build anything from McFarlane Toys as far as DC goes, but that one is also fairly dated at this point. I think it is time we get a new one with a wired cape. That would be quite bussin'. Quite bussin' indeed. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.